Thank you so much for tuning in to listen to our prediction for Cotto versus Canelo on Bayloric TV boxing channel. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video. I appreciate it. Thank you. So what do we have here? Miguel Cotto versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. This fight doesn't, to me, prove anything. Canelo Alvarez was soundly outboxed by Floyd Mayweather in a fight that many people expected Canelo Alvarez to win. So he was the heir apparent. He was the guy that was going to take over from Mayweather. That didn't go to plan. So now we have the rebuilding process of Canelo. On the flip side, you've had Cotto, another guy who was supposed to beat Mayweather. That gave Mayweather a tough fight, one of the toughest fights of his career, or the latter stages of his career, where Mayweather decided to stand in the pocket more than move, which then brought about his father coming back on board. When I look at this fight, and I look at Miguel Cotto's career, I have to ask myself the question, when Miguel Cotto has stepped up in the big fights, he's lost. Whether it be Pacquiao, Mayweather. I don't count the Margarito fight as a loss because of the circumstances around Margarito. I know he fought Mosley as well, but you know, Miguel Cotto is a good fighter. He's a warrior, but an all-time great. And all this stuff, not so sure. You know, he got beat. Let's remember, he got beat by Austin Trout in a fight. I said to many people that he would get beat by Austin Trout. When he fought Mayweather, let's go back then, and he got beat by Mayweather. If you go back and listen to the 24/7, he sounded to me that he didn't really fancy coming back into boxing, but he changed his mind. He beat Sergio Martinez, but let's be honest, any Sergio Martinez that was in any sort of shape or form, when in good shape and in good form, Cotto would never have beaten Sergio Martinez. I'm sorry, this is the same Sergio Martinez that laid out Paul Williams flat out and beat guys bigger and stronger than Cotto. So Cotto's went against Daniel Gill for the title, to defend his title, a weight trained Daniel Gill. On the flip side, Canelo looked impressive against James Kirkland, but again, James Kirkland's chin has always been questionable. Add to the fact that he didn't have Ann Wolf in the corner, I don't think that would have made a difference to James Kirkland's chin. Canelo did look good, but again, it's all a bit of an illusion, you know. For me, it's a good fight. It's certainly not the super fight that everyone's talking about. So you've got a young, big, strong guy fighting a old, battle-hardened, or a guy who's been beat up a few times, Cotto, smaller. So the fight comes down to this. Can Cotto use his experience, inverted commas, to beat Canelo? Well, let's look at it. Does Cotto have the power to hurt Canelo? Well, early in his career, Canelo was shaken up pretty badly in the first round by Cotto's brother, Jose Cotto, I think his name is. Jose Cotto. Shaken up badly in the first round and hurt badly. If Cotto can land the left hook and can hurt Canelo, and he can hurt him repeatedly, Cotto stands a chance. Naturally smaller guy, speed. Will he have welterweight speed? Will that help against the much bigger Canelo, who will come in weighing around, people predict, around 170 pounds. More like a light heavyweight. The prediction is, a lot of people think that Canelo's going to come straight forward and will bully Cotto if Cotto goes toe-to-toe. If Cotto can use plenty of movement, a lot of angles, can Canelo deal with the movement, the in and out movement of Cotto, the left hook to the body and to the head? Will Canelo slow later on in the fight? Don't know. How does Cotto deal with constant pressure from a bigger, stronger guy? We saw against Margarito, even though Margarito had stones in his hands, literally. Cotto stood up to a lot of punishment. We saw a much smaller Pacquiao put Cotto over and stop Cotto and bloodied his face. What can I tell you? I just think that in this fight, you've got to go with the younger, stronger, fresher man, logically. And I think if Canelo can take the left hook that Cotto's got, can block the left hook, which is his best punch, can close the range down on Cotto, and outwork and make the smaller man work harder, then fine. But if Canelo, at moments in fights where he tends to switch off, he has periods in fights where he switches off. I don't know, because I didn't see much of the Kirkland fight because the fight ended early. Canelo has had bad habits of losing concentration in fights, switching off, allowing a guy to get back into a fight. Is Canelo now wiser to that fact? And Canelo only seemed to have one gear for me when he was fighting Mayweather, and Mayweather is a star. I don't think Cotto's got those sort of skills. So it's whether, again, it comes down to whether Cotto can hurt Canelo. If he can't hurt Canelo early in this fight, I think it could end up being quite a painful night for Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto's got to give lots of angles. He's got to hurt Canelo early. He's got to get Canelo's respect. If he can hit and hurt Canelo early, that changes the whole game plan of the fight. If he can't hurt Canelo, he's on for a long, painful night. I can't tell you whether he can hurt him or not. But what I can tell you is that you have to go with the younger, stronger, fresher guy. But I'm not that convinced on Canelo's boxing ability. He's big, he's strong, he punches fairly hard, but that doesn't necessarily mean he wins this fight. If I had to put my money on it, then I would go with Canelo. If I had to. Those are my thoughts. I'm out.